Welcome to the stream, guys. This is gonna be a PCRP podcast. We have one special guest and we have three other members. They're gonna be. We're gonna start off with a non-special guest. We're gonna have moderator Maron, also a senior deputy in the PD. We have Bullitheed is a moderator and also a sergeant in the PD. We have Unshadowed, an ex-admin, currently trial staff, and a lieutenant in the PD. And the special guest is gonna be Tom. He is a staff manager and he's also the sheriff of the PD. We have a couple of questions to bring up. Very a lot of, I'd say. So if you wanna start the questions now.
As you can see on screen, we have a list. So for the main topic, what does everybody think about possibly Tom resigning as sheriff?
Tom's a good sheriff.
You think he should stay?
Yeah, he needs to stay.
Yeah,
I don't think he should resign.
Anybody else wanna give their opinions?
Let's ask Tom first, in his opinion.
What's your opinion on me resigning, Fitbit?
I mean, it would be cool to have somebody new, but I just don't know who. Like, who would you give it to if you were to resign?
Yeah, see, that's the problem I have with resigning, is I want to leave it in capable hands, and I don't know if anyone is ready to fill the shoes of it, because not everyone knows actually how demanding and time-consuming it is.
Yeah.
Like, I put at least 3 hours a day into admin alone. That's not going on duty, that's just dealing with complaints, doing things, looking for vehicles, ped skins, all that stuff, and then you have to factor in SMT time, and it is a lot more demanding than people think. And very time consuming, and not always people understand that or respect it, and it's quite frustrating.
Yeah. So if you were to resign, who would you happily give it to? Like, do you have a list, or you're just not sure yet?
I wouldn't say it's a list. I have a few people that I wouldn't mind giving it over to, but I don't think that each person I think of, have their each individual problems. So, like, obviously Duffel's on the list, right? He'd be great, he knows what to do, knows how to do it. He may even know more than me, because I can't add cars to the server, I don't know how to do that.
Oh.
But, you know, I think the problem with him is activity, and I think that goes for a lot of other candidates too, is activity. So, I think a lot of people wouldn't be able to put in as much time as I do.
So, like, what's the whole reason behind you possibly wanting to resign from sheriff?
Honestly, I miss just being a deputy or a cop when, you know, back then, and just not having to worry about anything. Just having to just go on duty, not having to 10-1 with someone every 2 minutes, not having to talk to someone
not
about
having to
every
be
2
in
minutes.
charge of anything.
Exactly, because even when I'm in RTC, like, I get 10-1 at least like 5 times every hour, and it's frustrating. I'm just trying to, you know, RP and just have fun, but then I have to 10-1 with people, and a lot of the time it's for a reason I don't need to be 10-1 for either. And I just miss the days of just patrolling uninterrupted.
I get that.
I mean, one thing I'm planning on introducing, because 10-1s in RTC are ridiculous. Like, the amount of 10-1s there are crazy. So I think what I might make it is you can't 10-1. You just don't have to tag them in chat and wait for them to respond, because the amount of 10-1s are just ridiculous.
I think a good idea, I just want to say, because a lot of people think 10-1 is a good way to skip, like, chain of command.
It's really not.
If they see you with command, no, but like, people try and just 10-1 with you rather than trying to 10-1 with, like, PCSO command.
Yeah, it is frustrating.
So people just skip chain of command because they think 10-1s are different to messages, but it's like you said, they're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
You should always use chain of command.
That is one thing I'm trying to get to be enforced, but it's quite hard to do that. It's not all bad though. Like, I do like being a sheriff. It's not all bad.
Yeah, it's just I get that where you're coming from. You just want to be unbothered.
Yeah, like, I don't mind putting in the time. I really don't. It's just I wish people would actually appreciate what I did instead of just arguing over everything I do. Like, if you've got criticism, fine. I don't give me criticism. I'll happily take criticism. It's just at least make it something I can change, you know? Because there's a lot I can't change. I can only add cars and change rules.
So,
things like
if
that.
you were to step down from sheriff, what rank would you take over, or would you just
Honestly,
leave BCSO completely?
I wouldn't leave BCSO completely. I wouldn't even leave staff. I think I would either put myself as like a staff sergeant, or maybe go into like BCSO command.
So kind of low end command.
Yeah. I think I'd go staff sergeant though, just so I won't be bothered with everyone wanting to talk to me, and then so I have to pass it to state commander, things like that.
Yeah. Alright, does anybody else have opinions about why Tom should stay or why they think Tom should go?
I mean, that's one thing I've actually noticed. Like, I've everyone that voted yes for me to resign, I tagged them and asked them what I should prove. I even created a channel.
Yeah, I see.
Sheriff issues. Nothing was actually put in there that would, you know, the main reason was people just want a new sheriff. No reason for it. They just wanted someone new.
I feel like it's because there's nothing exactly wrong with you. Like you do a great job as a sheriff, but obviously there was also the chat about people wanting like a weekly sheriff. I mean that wouldn't work.
No,
Like,
that would
No,
just
but neither
not...
would. But
Yeah.
when you think about it, like if you're American or whatever, you have a prime minister or president, right? You're not going to change them every 3 months. Just, you know, a lot of the things I've introduced, some people don't like, and then they remove it, and then in like a month or two, it's going to be reintroduced, and other things have been taken away. So it's just going to be changing, sometimes for the better, maybe sometimes for the worse, though.
I feel like a mistake, like not exactly a mistake, but it puts a lot of pressure on people like you, because obviously the past two people in charge of, well, when it was PD and now BCSO, is they've also been part of like senior management teams, so there's a lot for them to do, so it's hard for them to focus on one thing as well.
I find it easy to focus one or the other. I get frustrated, but I don't feel pressure. Like, I'm not a very panicky person. I'm quite calm. I just shout a lot because I do it. I don't know why. I just do.
I'm calm. I shout a lot.
Alright.
It's not because I'm angry. It's just because no one listens when you talk.
So is that everything everyone would like to talk about Tom possibly resigning? Or is there anything else anyone would want to add to that?
You can ask questions, Des.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's too stressful for Tom and he feels like he's struggling, then it's his own choice to leave or not leave, you know? If he finds it too stressful to handle everything, then he could resign. But if he feels fine, then that's alright. He used to stay.
What?
Yeah, you know, if it's too
I
stressful...
could resign any time.
Yeah,
I just don't.
Of course,
I
it's
don't.
his choice.
Yeah, I don't want to resign because I like the server. I'm not going to leave the server. I like the server. I like being in the top on the server, and I'm excited to see where it goes. It's just I kind of feel everyone just does not actually have the slightest bit of knowledge of how much effort goes into it behind the scenes, and they don't respect that.
It all ends up who's going if you do resign. They have to learn how hard it would be.
We've just got to wait for the right person.
Yeah.
Tom feels that that's the right person to take over.
I mean, one thing I am happy of with me being a sheriff is I think that it has definitely grown in size since the last chief of police. I mean, I think it's like almost tripled in size, but that's something I'm happy about, and I just wanted to keep expanding and keep getting bigger, which is the main goal.
Yeah, which has been happening recently.
Yeah, I mean,
people have been joining, but
we've got I think it's like 6 to 7 cadets now that are ready, are going through training.
Yeah.
I think 3 were trained today, so
Yeah, 3 were trained today earlier.
yeah, I'm happy with the way things are going.
Anybody else, or shall we move on to the next?
By the way, guys, we'll ask everyone's questions at the end after we go through all the topics. The next question I have here is for everyone, and what do you think about what's your current opinions of the new sub-departments? Do you think they will improve the department in any way or form, and why?
Is that directed at me?
It's for everyone.
Yeah.
Tom, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So, I can't actually remember how it came about. I think I did come up with ideas for the department. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to take credit. I think I did. I can't remember. Did I? Callum? Did I come up with ideas for it?
I think a lot of people just wanted like more stuff in the BCSO, and so
Yeah, I
came
think
up
I
with, like, the
asked
idea of-
because I have been talking about adding new departments for a while, but you know, a lot of State Command and other BCSO Command didn't like the idea at first. Like Marine Patrol was something that people said that's not our job, that's FD's job. I disagreed. You know, we were kind of held back a bit, but then you know, I did just kind of allocate the sub departments to people who I felt could have that responsibility, and you know, like today, I think there were just like 10 cops on. We
Yeah,
were
there
at
was a
Vespucci
few.
Beach, and you know, we had like 4 Marine patrols on. We
Yeah.
had Air 1, we had ground units, and it, you know, it ran smoothly. You know, it worked, and you know, I think the next step now is getting sub departments to be involved with lower ranks like cadets, probationary deputies, and deputies, just to make it so that they actually want to stay, because a lot of the stuff is corporal ranks, and Duffel brought this idea up. He just wants it to be a bit more not exclusive to higher ranks, so that you know there's actually something for people to stay instead of it just being get the corporal, then do all the stuff, you know.
So, if you were to open it to lower ranks, what do you think would be the lowest rank you would open certain departments to?
See, I think it would be deputy for certain ranks. I mean, like Marine Patrol, I think would be good for deputies. I think K9 would be a bit higher. Obviously,
sorry to interrupt. It's just I wanted to say, because I have kind of done that. I've made it not corporate exclusive. I've put K9s to senior deputy because I feel like it gives them a chance to do stuff.
yeah. SRT would definitely stay in the way it is. I do not want.
No.
Oh, I do not want deputies running around with VRs killing everyone.
Yeah.
Because I set it to corporal because that's definitely the rank I think. Because I don't let more people to corporal unless I think they're mature and serious. So it's going to stay like that. But I can't even remember all the departments we have.
Marine, Air, K9.
Yeah, Marine Patrol is
CSI and
definitely
stuff.
going to be like deputy. CSI, I might spread down as well because I've seen deputy and deputy. Prisoner transport, again, that could be deputy, senior deputy. But definitely like the more hands-on jobs, like, you know,
Air
SRT
1 and stuff.
and Air 1 exactly will
Yeah.
definitely be higher ranks.
With the sub-departments, I feel like it will help BCSO a lot because a lot of people are interested, and having it as a sub-department other than a whole separate department like to county patrol is really good because it gives people the opportunity to, like, if they want to, be a part of K9, but you know they can still stay to their normal duties.
I don't want to, you know, put anything out there that's not 100% yet, but I am planning again police medics purely because EMS aren't very active, so I kind of want
That's
police to be able to treat us instead of just saying slash me calls the EMS, you know,
Yeah.
so that there's some added, you know, RP there.
And this is actually a question, so let's talk about that since you're on the topic. What do you think about the fire department? Is there any way or form could they improve, and why?
I think I like No Life as an RPer, but I don't think he is capable of running it, and I don't think he has much interest in running it, and I think that's the big problem. Because if you don't have much interest in something, you're not going to dedicate time to it or effort. So I think he's just kind of letting FD be the way it is, and just seeing the way it goes. But you know, I did say that I wanted, you know, like Callum to run it. I asked Duffel if he wanted to run it, but the problem with that then I can't have people in 2 command positions, so
That's
they
true.
have to go down.
Because I think people just don't understand how important FD really is It's kind of on the
that's the
same
problem.
level as PD.
Because the problem I had, when Peter was still chief of police, he kind of just pushed FD to the side, and he was like, "Oh, we don't want him as the chief. We don't want you on duty." He kind of just didn't want FD to be a thing. Whereas I think, well, no, we kind of need it to be a thing, and
Exactly.
I want it to succeed. Like the first thing I did when I got the sheriff's position was I changed the SOP to say, respect FD, they take control over certain situations and what situations they take control of. So I think it's relevant and needed.
I feel the same way. It's just, if we had more FD active, we could really extend most of the RP scenarios we have and make them more interesting for everybody all around. So
Yeah, definitely.
I've definitely had a couple of situations when I'm EMS or fire department and I arrive on scene onto like a suspect that's shot, and then some officers feel like it's their job to basically control the whole scene and control how we do our job.
No, yeah. See, that's the thing. When someone's been shot, they take control of restraining the suspect and then securing the area, not actually treating the suspect. It's the same with car accidents. Police can block the roads, but when it actually comes to the accident, they can't touch it. That's FDE's job. And that goes for IRL as well, FD take control of scenes like that.
And this is a big problem. Obviously, it's hard for him because basically Jacob, when he used to be the chief of fire, it was like really good. But obviously, he has a lot to do with being the owner of the server.
Yeah, well, when I was actually really happy when he was owner. In fact, there was actually, like State Command and Basic Command kind of had the joke. It was like, "Oh, FD's gonna kill us off," and it almost did. I mean, at times there were like 8 DMS on and only like 2 cops on, and as much as I kind of joked about it, it was really good to see that many FD on. But I haven't seen more than 2 EMS or FD on in weeks, and it's kind of sad to see that.
I think obviously, like we said, no offense to No Life, obviously how he spends his time, but I don't think there's many people that could take that are in the fire department already that could take it, and obviously I don't want it to fail, but unfortunately it could be like that if nothing happens soon with it.
Well,
Yeah.
Nobody wants it to fail. It's just nobody's active, but
We still need it.
there are also people that aren't active in the PD, so it's kind of like, which one do you want to be more active first?
Yeah. Well, I did put that exception in, when I brought out the rules where if there's a 5 clubs on, you can't be civ. Yes, I don't quite like the rule 100%, but it's needed. But the exception there is EMS. If you want to go to be EMS, I will let you. I'd rather there be EMS on and 4 cops on than 5 cops and no EMS.
Exactly. Because I think it would also help with people not wanting to die in RP scenes as much, because they know then they're gonna have to lay there and do nothing on the ground for a while.
Yeah.
So it'll kind of just like make people want to stay alive as much as possible and rather just take the jail time.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing now, is like a lot of people were just killing themselves in scenarios to get away from jail time. I wanted to stop that completely, so
Yeah.
I still got Jacob because I want it to be a hospital time instead of it being you've been jailed. So I want it to be you've been hospitalized, because people don't seem to like when you get jailed when they're dead. But tough. We shouldn't have killed 4 cops.
Another thing, especially with like AMS, there's the chance that they could be brought back to life, and then it just adds a lot to RP when EMS and fire are on.
Yeah,
it helps
definitely.
out a lot.
Alright.
My the favorite scene I've had in PCRP was on Harmony, Route 68 by the car dealership. There was a massive car collision, I think 3 cars, and there were about 4 FD on at that time and loads of police. We had the streets blocked off. There was a helicopter. FD came down, and it was just, I think there's a screenshot of it somewhere. But it was my favorite RP scene. Just people were RPing out so realistically. They were like screaming. They were in pain. The police were trying to help the best they can. You had EMS on like each victim, and it was great. One of my favorite RPs. The best RPs are the ones that are true to life. And
Exactly.
that can be RP'd out. Like bank robberies, they're not fun for me anymore because they're so repetitive and they're all the same.
It's all the same thing.
Yeah, and that goes for 1080. Like when I get into a 1080, I try and make it, as fun as possible. Going off road, kind of just crashing, running out of fuel. That's one thing I did the other day on a lifeguard quad because I know it runs out of fuel very quick. So I kind of just went on a 1080 with it, ran out of fuel, went up a train, asked for a KFC by a drone.
Oh yeah, I remember
that. Was really
good. That was a good scene.
I just wanted to do something that's not done very much, and then officers come up to the train. I got shot, and then I just kind of jumped off. So.
That was like a 30-minute scene, and it was just
that was a long time.
Yeah, I like the sort of scenes as well because they also lead into they can lead into further stuff as well. Like for all sorts of people, because it lasts for a while and just gives everyone good fun.
Yeah,
that's
that was fun.
And with the new departments, they could go in and investigate all that CSI and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
definitely, and it does carry it on a lot further because the evidence recovery.
Yeah,
but also there's the people that might not RP for that long, and it works well if people know what they're doing.
One thing I would actually be open to as well is going from being sheriff on PD and going as fire chief again. I wouldn't mind doing that. But again, I want to leave some PD in the hands of someone I can really trust and, think that will actually do a good job of it.
Alright. I think we've been going a bit off topic, but anyways, the next question is, what do you think about Tommy's promotion to senior admin? Do you think he deserved it and why?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tommy,
he of course deserves it.
He deserves it.
Who doesn't love Tommy,
though, right? Everybody kind of thought that.
He's been staff of the week 3 weeks
4 weeks in a row.
4 weeks in a row, yeah.
But the good news for all staff is he can't be staff of the week when he's SMT, so that's for someone else.
Oh, poor guy.
He was saying, can you demote me? I was like, nah.
I've kind of always viewed Tommy as higher than an admin, and he was admin for quite some time.
Oh yeah, he was admin for a time.
He's really good. Alright, Tommy. And he's just... I'm trying to think of the word. He's just, what's the word? I don't know. Just friendly then. Friendly is the word. He doesn't get angry at people. He's just really
he's so
calm.
kind.
Yeah. He's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Alright, another question is, what do you think of the idea of weekly reports in the PD, and should we do weekly meetings and why?
I think the reports will go really well because the deputies like to know what they're working well on, what they need to improve. So I think the reports are good, and I think it will definitely help the deputies get better and learn from their mistakes. But I think I can't speak. Weekly meetings. I don't think they should be weekly because there's not always something to discuss, but they should be every other week. And even then, just so we can get an update and stuff.
I think that could possibly work out.
Weekly reports are definitely going to be a thing from now on. I kind of get Tommy to run them because he has a much better grip on each individual deputy than I do.
He gets to know them all.
Yeah, exactly. Which is great. So I'm gonna help him with that. I'm probably gonna get, so it's gonna be him doing reports as well as someone else, like a sergeant or a corporal, just to do a bit more feedback. But yeah, weekly reports are going to be a thing. However, weekly meetings, I don't think they're going to be a thing. We used to have them when Peter was chief of police, and no one liked it. No one liked having to go to the meetings every week when there's nothing to talk about. So,
that is literally what sometimes they used to be like. It was meeting now, everyone now, and you get punished if you don't go to them. But then it lasted 2 minutes, and then everyone just the meeting just died off.
That's one thing I didn't see the point in carrying on. But if people are asking for weekly meetings, I bet you if I did it, they would hate it. They would hate it again. So I think I can't think of the word. The thing to make it even, there's a word for it, I don't know, is to just make them every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, just so that there's a time for people to talk about things. But just for the cops, there is a BCSO ideas. You can go to your superior and tell them what you need to tell. You don't have to say it in a meeting. But if you choose not to, then you can stay at a meeting as well. But they're just not very often.
So you were saying that Tommy was going to be writing the reports. Is it just going to be Tommy, or is there going to be like a couple people helping him write reports on certain people?
I did mention, there would be like a sergeant or corporal helping him. It depends.
Oh.
Like someone who's really active and gets to know people. It would probably be like Tommy, maybe Fawcett, Kieran, things like that.
Okay. I think that would be good.
Now we're gonna go to a couple of questions from people, and then we go to the last question at the end. So this is from Numpty for Tom. Do you think you've made a big improvement from the sheriff's office over Peter? If so, in what way?
I definitely think I have made an improvement. Definitely, I think people want to be on duty more than they used to with Peter. I think people are happier being a part of BTSO than they were with Peter. It's definitely grown in size since Peter. I think I've definitely added more stuff than he would too. So when I was assistant chief of police, I said, we should have like a marine patrol. I think back then I said port patrol, something like that. And he was like, no, he would just shut me down on every other department. He wanted it to remain the same, whereas I wanted to add new things to it.
Yeah, definitely. So the next question is from Kiko to Tom. He goes, a while ago we got the car livery changed. He said, well, we'll add more of this police car's livery. It was like over a month ago. Will they be added?
Be right back.
Right, so what's the question?
So it's from Kiko from Tom. For Tom, a while ago, as we got the new car liveries changed, you said, well, we will add a lot of more police cars. It's been over a month. Will any more police cars be added?
With all the new sub-departments, yes. Vehicles haven't been added. I want to get a police quad bike, police bike, a new police helicopter. I want to get the Impala back. I want to fix the Crown Vic so it's not bulletproof.
Nice.
Then I kind of want to fix the F350 as well, the undercover one, because the lights on it are terrible.
What about something for Marine Patrol? Because no police vehicle can tow.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know what to get for that.
I saw a nice bison. That's really the only one that can tow. I don't know.
What?
If
Tow
there'd be
a
anything.
boat?
Yeah, they can only attach to trailers.
If you have simple trainer, you can attach a boat to any trailer. You can attach anything to anything, but that would just be kind of a pain to set up every time.
Yeah.
There is also a new boat coming soon, if Jacob signs off on it. Tommy's doing a restin for the Marine Patrol. He's doing that.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks nice.
There'll be a CSI van coming in. Maybe a new prison transport van. Maybe a new prison outfit, like a new outfit for canine handlers, highway patrol, and prison. Is that prison transport? I think I did.
Yeah. Is a dog getting a new skin?
We tried adding a dog with the canine.
Yeah.
Body armor. Didn't
Please tell me
work.
it worked. Oh,
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
That would've
they'd
been
have to
nice.
just remain the way they are, I think.
I have a quick question for you afterwards, Tom.
Okay.
I'll ask it now, actually. Was it the one where it had, like, all sorts of different things on the body armor? All sorts of different
Yes,
body-
I had like sheriff, police, and things like that. I think there were a few we tried as well. There were like
That kills me inside.
there was one where it changed the fur, so it wasn't an add-on to the skin. It just changed the color of the dog, but that didn't work either.
Because I feel like the canines will need to represent this is a police dog, not your average dog. Don't touch sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the canine handlers will obviously have to say canine on them so people know to stay back. Yeah. I'm
Alright,
gonna look for stuff for that
the
later.
next question is from Fawcett. It goes, what's your opinions on Fawcett?
Of course.
My opinion on Foster as a person or in the police?
I believe it's overall.
Oh, breaking news.
Oh,
Faulty spell is
Yeah, I
fire
see
again.
that. Oh.
Yeah,
Breaking news. You're the year first, folks.
Wait,
Sorry, what was
Really?
the question again? Faulty is now the chief of fire again.
Faulty's
Where
now
did this
chief
get
of
to?
fire.
Well,
In
there
the
we go.
fire department information.
Breaking news.
Oh my god, I can't see it. Please, someone give me access a second.
It's information channel.
Wait, what information channel?
Fire one.
And fire.
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't have access to it. I'm not part of fire.
Oh,
I
Well,
resigned
it just
completely.
says that Faulty Spell took over Fire Chief.
Yeah, he has the roast and everything.
That's all it
Oh, wow.
says.
Well, here we go, folks. Sorry, what was the question again?
So it was
Faucet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I think of him as a person or as a top?
I believe it's overall.
Overall, cool guy. In general, good top,
Good guy.
good guy overall. Yeah, but definitely good in this position he is. Like,
Average.
really, like, yeah, you would say that, wouldn't you?
Nah, I'm joking. Yeah, he's good. Cop, person, awesome. I love him.
Alright, so now here's a question from Mankey. Haha, sorry for asking this random question, but is there gonna be a whitelist server in the future?
I hope so. I really do. There is an idea of a semi-whitelist server, so basically you have to be in the Discord to join the whitelist server instead of it just being
Ooh.
random. I think. I just think the problem with that is we'd have, the problem we have now is not very active police, and then if we take that and then have to split them onto 2 servers, it's just not going to be good.
Yeah. I don't think 2 servers would be.
And that's what a lot of people want is whitelisted servers, but basically what you're
Yeah.
saying now is if they want a whitelisted server, they should be more active, right?
Exactly, because we can't have a whitelist server have, we have 5 tops, let's say average a day, we have 5 tops maximum on duty at one
Yeah.
time. You have to split onto 2 servers throughout the day. You'll either have none on each server, 1 on each server, or like 5 on one server.
Well,
And then
there you
obviously
go.
we'd prioritize the public server to get more people onto the whitelist server. But then, cops might not want to go on the public server because they don't want to be shot every 2 seconds.
I think if we were going to get whitelisted, we need to actually get people that want to RP. Like,
Mhm.
properly RP.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
the server can be very bad at sometimes.
Yeah, it can be very
I
bad.
mean, like you were saying earlier, like it's just robberies and 1080s, and they just become the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, we are trying to expand the staff force as much as we can, but we don't add anyone we can't fully trust yet. So,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and another question is from Twix for Tom. Will there be more marked SUVs in the future?
I really hope so. I really like SUVs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find some, but they're all Ford Explorers and Tahoes, which we've already got.
Yeah.
So I might get older style ones, like 1960s, just
Ooh.
for like
Oh,
the sheriff
yes,
departments,
the
they look
Tahoe,
really
yeah.
old school and really rusty and dirty. So I might look for one of those.
I've been thinking of doing something like that. Maybe like, I know it'd be really hard to implement that many cars, but maybe doing like a retro day where we all drive like
Yeah.
older.
There's
police
definitely
cars.
there was like I can't remember what car it was. There's like, do you know Cars, the
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
Cars? The sheriff police car. That there was one like that on GTA 5 mods that I saw. I want one like that, like a really old one with like a really crappy light on top.
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
individual ones? Like the individual light on the top?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what one you're on about now.
yeah.
Like, I have like a picture of a Tahoe here. I like it. It's like it's like a really old one. It's like, it has like no ram bar. It's pretty nice, It'd be nice for like county, because like main sheriff, because they do use off-road vehicles and
Okay. So if we were to add more marked SUVs, what rank would you put them for? Because a lot of people, I think, are wanting them to be lower rank.
That's
yeah,
the
I
car.
heard that.
That's the car. Yes, Maron. That's the car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
To
love it.
make more cars lower ranks, we'd definitely need more cops first. Not more cops, more cars. I definitely kind of want, because I hate the fact they have to drive Crown Vic right now. I do want the Impala, and I may like put down like a really old school SUV that you can drive as well if I can find one.
I was gonna say, you say you don't like the Crown Vic, and to be fair, it is there like for the low rank. I think it looks really nice. It's sexy.
Oh, I like the Crown Vic. I just hate that
Yeah.
they have to drive it,
Mm-hmm.
and that they can't drive any other cars to hit a high rank. It's just if I let every vehicle allowed for low ranks, then there's just nothing to work for.
So when the Impala comes back, would that be a cadet vehicle too, so they can choose between a Crown
That
Vic
would
and
definitely be
Impala?
a cadet vehicle, yeah. Or
Cool.
I'd probably make it probationary deputy vehicle. Just because
Yeah.
cadets then they're in 10-12 and everything, so
Exactly.
just probationary deputies.
I think that would definitely good. It would entice more people to stay active.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, I believe we're done with that topic. We've got no more questions, so I'm gonna go to what are your opinions on these podcasts? Do you think they should continue and why?
Yeah, I definitely want them to continue. I really fought for them to continue. I really think they did. They're a good way for things to be talked about,
Yeah.
and for people to have like an archive of it, so they can go back and see how things have changed and people have changed over time.
I think it's a really good a really good way of bringing people together and letting people know the updates on the server. I just they were going to be every day, weren't they? Now they're every weekend though. But yeah, they're a good way to bring people together.
Yeah. Instead of just putting it in one text channel and then having everybody be like, "Oh, I didn't see that. Where's it at?"
Yeah.
Like they can just come rewatch it.
Yeah.
I definitely think they should continue. It's a good way to bring the people in the community, to have them connect a little more, and for, you know, people to watch.
Alright. We just got another question from Twix. How does Twix do at his job? Would there be a good future for him in the BCS?
Yeah, if he keeps working the way he's, doing, yeah, there's a future for him.
Alright, I believe we have went through everything. I believe we're gonna probably wrap it up now.
If anybody
we
has
talk about
further
this,
questions,
Yeah, anything, have something else to say?
What about the companies and gangs?
Fire department.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about
Yeah,
companies.
we didn't talk about
Oh, yeah.
companies and gangs.
Oh yeah, that's for the last one. What do you think about the PCRP gang and company? How do you think they're going? Do you think the idea of an external Discord is a good idea?
It's a good way to keep the moderation easy for staff, but I feel like it annoys a lot of people not being able to have the freedom to make their company their own fully.
yeah. I think that's
I've
the
not-
biggest problem everyone's complaining about is they can't make it their own.
I've not really seen, like, most people in the RTC, in the companies and gangs. There's not been much people active. When you've been looking at the RTC, there's not much people been in and out of the RTC.
No, I've only seen the few. I do like
Yeah.
it because it's easier to be moderated, but again, some people want to create their own Discord servers. I don't think they should be stopped from doing it, but I do
you
like
should-
the idea of it being moderated and all in one place and not taking up spaces on the main server.
Obviously, it would be annoying because obviously staff would have to be in a bunch of different servers. But if like staff got given an all access pass, so like in the servers they join, just so they can moderate everything.
Yeah.
Alright.
Any
Oh.
questions about anything really? Doesn't have to be topic related. It can if you want it to be.
I think we should talk about this surprise fire department announcement.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely need to talk about that.
That's a bit
Fault.
all of us.
So, Faulty, I believe, was removed from his position, and
Yeah.
he was practically chased out of the community, wasn't he? And how he's come back to be chief, I don't know. I just hope he does a good job.
Yeah.
I think from the past it's a poor decision, but hopefully he does. Hopefully this time he takes it seriously and sends fire in a good direction. Because obviously we were talking about hits inactive and stuff. Hopefully
Yeah.
he can bring it to have some
Hopefully
people.
this is a turning point for the fire department.
Yeah, he was good as assistant. He could just be a bit immature. I
Uh-huh.
think, like I said, if he takes it seriously, I think it could really go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
It is the one, Tom.
No, Staris, that's the one I saw that I wanted added. Yeah, that's the one.
Media says no.
Mate, it's just
Well,
a crown
you
bit.
know what? I'm the
Oh, wow.
sheriff.
Alright, is that everything? I think so now that we've covered the new fire department chief.
Any other questions?
It could be about anything.
Jackal, companies and gangs, shouldn't be limited to some weapons. Oh yeah, no, they definitely are limited to weapons, and that's not going to change.
Because you
Yeah,
don't
'cause
want
you
just...
don't want every gang going
You
around.
don't want every gang running down the street with a damn M4 shooting up everywhere.
Or 4 people in an SUV with micro SMGs just doing drive-bys non-stop.
Yeah, but that's allowed. That's the problem.
Blinker Mafia.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not even allowed to use Tommy guns. I'm actually
Yeah.
part of Big County Mafia,
Yeah.
so never mind.
Yeah, so my session really say anything.
Yes, Twix.
Oh, Faulty's just given a question. What do you think FD need to change?
Get more people active.
I think
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, we need
I
active.
would say it's not their fault, but at the same time, it kind of is. They need to just advertise that they have positions more
Yeah.
and just get people in there. They need to let people know they're a thing.
I'm happy to tag at everyone in server news. I do this up from time to time, just tag everyone and say, remember to apply. But,
Yeah, I see you. You'll post the link to the sheriff application and the fire department application.
yeah. I'm not trying to kill fire. I like fire.
Yeah.
Another thing, what you said near the beginning, I feel like fire did get just ignored whilst
I don't think the
What's it-
training was good enough, as well.
hey,
Yeah, you have to drive like
I
a
got
few
trained
cones
there.
or something.
The EMS training was terrible.
Yeah.
But I do feel like bad for them because obviously at the time when we were a PD, we just grew so much whilst they just got, like you say, pushed to the side and ignored.
Yeah.
But, like, here's the thing, like, we're wanting the FD to be active, but we don't want to happen to the PD what has happened to the FD. We want to keep a nice balance. We want activeness in the FD and in the PD. We don't want to push either one aside.
Definitely not.
I think fire will have to get regular activity because obviously the sheriff's office has been recently.
What do you guys think?
I wouldn't even say we were strict. I'd say we're more because people need to get on when they're.
Yeah, no, you're a bit like this. You kind of accept everyone that knows how to put an application together. It doesn't really matter what's in it. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, what do you think about military? I think that's been a bit overused right now.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like sometimes military, it has like a lot of people doing it and then it just goes dead for like a couple of weeks and then a lot of people do it and then. Yeah.
I am thinking of kind of removing it from being allowed because it's just way overused right now.
There's a lot of times where I see up to like 10 people in the military RTC at once.
And the problem is they're breaking rules as well. Like none of them have read the military RP rules, which is really annoying.
Another thing I think people kind of like to abuse is if someone on the staff team gives Civ permission to do a certain RP, like fly a plane or military RP, that I don't think they quite get that as soon as their RP is done, they no longer have permission. They were only given permission to do that one RP. They weren't given permanent permission.
Yeah, that's one thing. But they know they didn't get permanent permission.
Exactly.
Yeah, they just still do it.
They just say it so that they don't get in trouble.
Exactly.
Alright. I think we should end it up now. It's been taking a bit long
It's
with,
been 47 minutes, our longest one so far.
Oh damn, that's not bad at all.
I need to go on duty as cop, so alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see you guys.
Yep.
Thanks for
Thank
watching.
you all for
Yeah.
coming.
Thank
Bye
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.